Hi, I'm Jonna Frierson, Associate Dean for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion for the Basic Sciences in the School of Medicine. I have the pleasure of leading the Ideals Office, which was created in 2019, and we serve a few critical roles within the School of Medicine community. One is through the strategic arm of the office, which is myself working with departmental leaders, departmental chairs to help identify effective strategies to help advance equity, diversity, and inclusion efforts or policy within their departments. The second part is through the support that we provide for trainees at various levels, from the post-baccalaureate program, our Duke Prime Prep program, the support that we provide for graduate trainees through our BioCoRE program, and one of our newer programs, the Duke Next Generation Leaders program, which is for postdoctoral scientists who are transitioning to the independent phase of their career. So the third piece of that is through raising education and awareness within the School of Medicine community about how we can create more inclusive environments.
My name is Deborah Ragland, and I'm the Program Director for Duke BioCoRE here in the Duke University School of Medicine. I think programs like BioCoRE and IMSD programs funded by the NIH and just any sort of support program for graduate students is necessary. I think it's crucial that students feel like they have somewhere they can turn to for community, for belonging, for support, for development that's not so structured in some ways. And I hope that programs like this continue to be funded and continue to exist, because there will always be a demographic of students that will need support. In BioCoRE, the one thing that we look for when we're recruiting is not necessarily what your underrepresented background is, but what kind of community support do you need? When we review our applications, our recruitment committee reviews them blindly, and so they don't know any demographics of the applicant. They just are reading the words and what they're saying about how they fostered community in a past life and how they have plans to continue to do so while they're here, and how they'll contribute to the mission of the program. And so in that way, we hope to seek a really, really, really broad group of minds in our efforts to make sure that we're providing sort of a sustainable community on campus.
My favorite part of BioCoRE is exposure to all the kinds of people that I get to meet in BioCoRE. Having programs such as BioCoRE for students in STEM, I think is very beneficial and helpful, because having an outlet such as BioCoRE allows for a social aspect and honestly helps my well-being and mental health, just to be able to be surrounded by other people with common interests.
The programs like BioCoRE are really effective at recruiting underrepresented individuals to STEM, but also are effective at retaining these individuals by providing them the community and support they need to actually complete the PhD program. I personally joined a relatively small PhD program, so BioCoRE was a great way to be able to meet other PhD students that are like-minded and also share the same values as me. And I really enjoyed being able to give back to the BioCoRE community. And BioCoRE really does have those opportunities to get involved on campus or off campus.
So grad school is long and it can be isolating, especially I think that's magnified if students feel othered. And so programs like BioCoRE are so important for providing not just support, but I think they also go a long way to encourage excellence because we have all these people coming together from across difference and discipline. And that really just encourages us to take full advantage of the opportunities and the privileges that are afforded to us at Duke.
My favorite part of being the BioCoRE community has been the opportunities to share my science to a broad audience. Two programs that I'm really appreciative of are the Happy Hour Chalk Talk series that's organized and held throughout the year, as well as the Early Start Poster Symposium that happens in the summer. And at these opportunities, I've been able to share some of my work in both a short talk format as well as a poster format.
My favorite part of BioCoRE is Dr. Deborah Ragland. She gonna be there for you every single time. Never let it get twisted, okay? The three ladies in the Ideals office are always gonna be there if you need them, and they're gonna ride or die for you.
In my graduate training, I had to do a lot of data science. And it's that data science training that I carry with me into my work with Duke BioCoRE. And so I'm always seeking feedback from the students about what kinds of support and programming they think they need based on casual conversation or our annual survey feedback. And it's that data that I use to structure everything in the program, from workshops to events.
Programs like BioCoRE are necessary because they basically give students who don't usually have a voice. There's not a lot of students who look like me, so the idea that I can go and have a group of people that I can kind of relate to and understand me is really nice to have around.
Diversity in the biosciences are inherently important because they promote diversity of thought and perspective in the scientific realm. So when we promote programs like BioCoRE, what we're promoting is a sense of belonging and a safe and secure environment for people to be their best selves and for people to feel the confidence and freedom to be creative and innovative and make scientific discoveries. I love how prepared I feel to take on whatever step comes next in my PhD journey because of BioCoRE. This starts even before classes officially begin with early start programming and goes on to prelim prep groups, happy hour chalk talks, alumni networking events, professional development events, and they even give us money to go to conferences and find jobs.
As a first generation student, coming from Puerto Rico, when I came to Duke, I applied to BioCoRE, and BioCoRE really just carved the path for me to enter into this academia world. And BioCoRE is also where I met my best friends.
Over the years, BioCoRE has become such an integral part of the School of Medicine community, particularly when it comes to graduate education and training. Not only do the students benefit from the community building, professional, career, and scientific development that the program provides, but they then go on with this empowered sense of wanting to contribute to their community, and our leaders have excellent achievements and accomplishments in their research, which then betters the university as a whole.
The way that I like to describe BioCoRE is the same way that the old sitcom Cheers illustrated the bar in that sitcom, where sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name and they'll be always glad you came. I hope that you will want to join us as we continue to carry out the mission of the BioCoRE program, which is essentially developing the students in our community here in the School of Medicine.